What's going on, people? I'm Wilmer Skullcrusher, and this is the Endless Queue. Today, I will be discussing with you the 4.0.6 patch notes. Now, I won't be going over every class in full and every little detail in full because that would take way too damn long. And let's be frank, I am kind of in a rush here. Let's get started. The one thing I'm noticing majorly is now that whenever you kill a rare spawn, it gives you more XP. The loot has been significantly increased for the better, and they will now respawn more often. So those of you who are still trying to tame like Lokneha, like King Crush, Sambus, Maddox, they'll all respawn on a much shorter time scale. So you want to get it, you have a better chance now. But then that means there's going to be a lot more competition for you. So just be ready for it all. Another one is Druids. I'm not saying that they're getting nerfed per se. They're just getting tweaked down a bit. For ferals who have been ticking with the bleed and mangle for like 16k a tick, it's now going to be down to about 5 to 8k a tick. Now, don't be getting mad about that because let's face it, you've been way overpowered and it's kind of sad for other players, not you. I bet you're all enjoying it. For hunters, this is one of my favorites now, that we are now able to auto shot while we're moving. Now, I know all you trolls out there saying, oh no, they're getting auto shot now while they're walking. Shut up. I'm pawning you in arenas and battlegrounds all day. I'm not just going to be doing it while walking. So, shut up. BM and marksman are getting tweaked up a bit, and survival, sadly, it's getting toned down a bit because it's getting pretty powerful nowadays in raids and all that crap. So they're trying to balance that out. Death Knights, I haven't really noticed much to them except for the fact that blood tanking is being made a bit easier. Frost is getting turned up, and as is Unholy. It's just minor tweaking, not really much of a nerf or a buff for it all. But when the patch comes out, there are going to be new glyphs that Death Knights can get, and they're going to be extremely overpowered. For those of you inscriptors out there, I suggest that you try to hit 525 as soon as possible, because if, in fact, that's the only way to get those glyphs, you're going to miss out on a lot of money, so get there fast as you possibly can. Now, we're moving on to rogues. Rogues have been, not saying weak in the past couple times, but just a bit underpowered. So it's just that their stealth cooldown, I'm pretty sure, is being reduced by a little bit. The blind during PvP is now up to about 8 seconds. Crippling poisons now do more damage. Talent like some of your talents like assassination will now be used more in arenas. Blade flurry and all that is getting buffed quite a bit. But one thing I've noticed is that subtlety is getting tweaked out a bit. So assassinating is getting kind of buff. Mutilation is staying about even. And yeah, like I said, subtlety is getting kind of nerfed and tweaked. It's a bit of each, not too much. Paladins. A lot of their spells now are being reduced in mana, and their heals over time, from what I hear, is getting a little buffed. Not too much. And the cooldown on their bubbles, like, I'm not sure the names of what the ones that completely block off all damage, it's now being reduced by, I think it's about like 5 or 10 seconds. Not much, but it'll help if you are a paladin. So yeah. Priests, a lot of their heals are also being reduced in mana. Like Flash Heal, that's going down in mana. Power Word Barrier, Power World Shield, that's going down in mana about 6% to 10%. It's not much, but I gotta say, it's something. Oh, and Mind Flay, it no longer requires Shadow Word Pain to be on the target, so if you're Shadow Priest, congratulations, I guess you just got what you wanted there. Another thing that I've noticed for shamans and mages and those who actually are able to use the Bloodlust effect in arenas, it's no longer going to be usable. Heroism, Bloodlust, Time Warped, and Ancient Hysteria, which is from Hunters, is no longer usable in arenas. So if you're just using like those classes for their Bloodlust or Frenzy effects, it's kind of not a good idea to have them in there anymore. Mages, um, I'm not going to be able to say much about them because I haven't looked into that much, but I can say this. Frost is getting nerfed majorly. Arcane is just moving up a little bit, and Fire is moving up about the same amount, so they're all evening out, except for Frost, who's a little bit down on that. The Polymorph will not last as long in PvP anymore, so sorry, but it's just the way it goes. Moving on to Warriors now. Warriors don't have much. I mean, Charge now shares its cooldowns with the stun. Hamstring now has a duration of 8 seconds in PvP. Heroic Leap has had a reduced cooldown, not much. And there's been glyphs added for Rapid Charge. Like I said, I haven't played Warriors much, so I really wouldn't know what's all this is. Warlocks, I haven't seen much of a change other than your pet's damage is getting buffed a little bit. And your imp is supposed to be doing a little bit more damage now. More of a buff than the other pets. Yeah. Shamans, like I said, there's not really much to them, just that little buff of healing. Now, professions, like I said, inscriptors are getting kind of a buff here, and I kind of say we need it. I mean, our glyphs aren't doing much anymore, and like no one's buying the glyphs, so we kind of been needing this. Enchanting, there's going to be a few more rare world drops coming around, so get to work on those. You might get a couple thousand gold in the end out of it. It's worth it. I'm not sure if this is new news, but the Alchemist Stone that alchemists can make is now not disenchantable anymore for the Maelstrom crystals. And don't be trolling about that. My God, it's so easy to make. The point of Maelstrom crystals for them to be hard to obtain, not for you to just get them easily and enchant all your gear. Alright? So, yeah. Moving on to arenas, there isn't much change that I've significantly noticed. Just the fact that you can no longer use Ancient Hysteria and all that. And, Shadow Sight, its time has been reduced slightly. Nothing real big and all that. But, yeah. And Hyjal, from what I've heard, I'm just looking this up online for a record, so don't get mad at me if there's anything wrong. Hyjal's supposed to be restored to its original state after you've done all that quest line just to fix it all. So it's going to look a lot nicer now. Liz is trying to spiff it up. Well, like I've said, there's not really too much to this patch from what I've seen. A lot of the heroics are getting tweaked down a bit because people are saying that they're way too hard. And Bliss is finally giving into it. So, yeah, it's a little something, but it's not much in the end. And Chaos Orbs, they are probably, just for you, this isn't nothing new, but for those of you who actually use them in your profession, they're going to be going down in price, so shut up about it. That's all I've been hearing in guild chat for the past 5 days, is how cheap they have to sell them now. My God. Well, now that you've heard all these patch notes, leave whatever I missed out in the comment section below. Leave whatever you like in the comment section below. And my comment question for you is, who do you think is going to win the Pro Bowl and the Super Bowl? Right now I'm thinking Green Bay and the AFC. I don't know. I really don't care at this point, but I just need your opinion. I've been Wilma Skull Crusher, and I'm out.